So the author says that the managerial work is seems to be undergoing enormous and rapid changes, and many managers at top level and junior levels are reinventing their professions as they go, and with little people with little assured heads to guide them and stuff. They are faced with an extraordinary level of complexity and interdependency because they watched traditional sources of leadership and power corrode. Is that corrode? No, sorry, it's erode. And the old motivational tools are losing their magic and stuff. And he says that companies are now asking the corporate staffs and departments to do away with the higher roles and the hierarchy and such. And there's nothing of a very great divide between a superior or subordinate and staff. And he says that as the city changes, or as the country changes, or as the industry changes, you find that the divide is pretty less. And as a result of that, a lot of managers are facing a loss of their identity, because I feel they've been deriving their power from the so-called positions that they're holding and stuff. And you know that when people stick to roles for too many years and stuff, then there is a certain kind of personality that they develop. And some of them get the book is saying some of them get arrogant, and some of them kind of lose a grasp on realities and stuff, and they stop acknowledging the fact that they need to kind of mobilize and motivate themselves even more than the staff and stuff. And then they have to basically look at different roles where they do not have to be so predictable, and they are not confusing because they've lost a grip on their authority. And as a result of that, like I shared before, they feel that they've lost a lot of great power and stuff. So when you go through these lines and stuff, I mean, I can reflect, and I can look back at my experience of probably 23 years in the corporate and the PR world, and media and advertising, and working on various global brands and interacting with personalities all over the world. And I think I must have worked on maybe 400, 500 brands. I've lost count of that. And what I realize is that, your intellect or your knowledge or your creativity speaks for you. Your designation after a point of time doesn't matter, because you may be the most educated person, but if you've not been able to put the education or the knowledge that you have, or let's say the business acumen you have, or the creative side of your personality, you're not able to kind of uh, I mean, it's not able to take shape of any workable ideas and stuff, then no degree or no education can help. And there are global leaders like Elon Musk who also kind of believe a similar thought process, that education only till a certain stage of your life and otherwise helps you, and after that it has to be your practical experience. And I feel the same way, because there are so many people, I feel, in today's world. I saw so many of them sitting in a coffee shop and discussing this usual issue, that they're feeling saturated, and they don't know how to kind of get new outlooks or new perspectives to the work that they've been doing and stuff. And the reason is this, that there's a certain kind of conditioning which a certain mindset or maybe environment has onto them, or probably it's the age factor which is playing on their head. And no matter how much hard they try, they're not able to kind of absorb anything new. And then you have older people. If you look at them, there's so many of them who are you could say news reporters, or you could look at, let's say, advertising heads. You can look at movie makers, you can look at musicians, you can look at artists, you can look at authors and stuff. So there's so many of them who still remain young and fresh. That's because they believe in consistently and constantly upgrading and kind of growing their intellect and learning and stuff. And then there are entrepreneurs who are far exposed to different environments and different cultures and different people. And they have so much of practical experience and wisdom. And as many people look down upon it, gyan, which is like knowledge and very, very useful, they have so much of that they can bring about these huge transformations or these huge changes which nobody else is able to do. This is also because I think entrepreneurs, in a way, are extremely confident, and they know that the experience that they've gathered through varied jobs or varied experiences of their journey, and um, from learning not the regular way, and also of course through education and other things, is that they have a better leadership or a better capacity to contribute to a complex problem or to a solution which nobody can see. And this guy is talking about a few brands here, and when I take a look at there were two three shops we went to, and we were talking about Vero Moda, and we were talking about Starbucks, and then we were looking at the food court and stuff. And what I really could observe was that